Hey everybody, welcome back to Dress to Quest, episode 40. Three roads, one fate. Tonight we're going to start off, as usual, by running around the circle and getting everybody, letting you know who they are, who they're playing. And while that's happening, we're going to let our bard get out of the snow. He'll be joining us very soon. So if you can hear us, saddle up. Tonight's going to be a fun one. Real quick, we're just going to run through and let everybody know, tell us who they are. Let's go. We'll start with Aerwyna.
Also known as Aerwyna in this game, and I'll be playing your paladin for the evening.
We got to get your name. We got to get your nameplate changed.
Yeah, it still says Sorcerer on it. Who's
Still says
that?
Sorcerer on it. Yeah, what's going on with that?
Sorcerers are lame. Paladins are where it's at.
Nice thing is, I think I have a sorcerer, or I have a paladin one ready, so I could probably snipe it real quick. While that's happening, let's bring in Ginjack.
Oh, hi everyone. I'm Chris, and I'm playing Ginjack Wonderful, the cleric, human life cleric of Shantae.
Right.
For coming out tonight.
And our newest member, Sam.
Hey everybody, my name's Sam. I am playing Nier, the Shidarkai Echo Knight. I had to think about that, don't know why. Maybe that's his native intelligence coming through. And you can find me on socials at Dungeon Samster.
Awesome. And our bard will be picking up seeing with us here soon. So without further ado, let's roll the intro. All right. After the heartbreaking loss of Olagai and the Durgar ambush, the Northern Attitudes made the difficult choice to part ways. Benji and Castle stayed behind to protect young Pravia and rebuild the Wormdoom clan. While Aerwyna, Ginjack, Kelevar returned to Caer Konig and ran into a new companion, Nier, a Shatterkai displaced by mysterious magic. There they were met with a new challenge. Refugees from the dragon-ravaged tin towns poured into the tavern seeking shelter. The party stepped up, Aerwyna transformed the inn into a haven, Ginjack offered guidance and comfort, and Kelevar lifted spirits through song. Meanwhile, Aerwyna answered a deeper call beneath the ruins of her childhood home, taking on the oath of the ancients and becoming a paladin of Icewind Dale. Just as the town found its footing, a summon had arrived. The speaker Trovis had been called to the capital Brynshander, and with little time to rest, the party gathered their supplies and set out to escort him across the tundra. Not far from safety, strange holes in the snow revealed themselves as tunnels dug by massive stone-bodied creatures. When Kelevar fell into one, Nier dove after him, and only with quick thinking and teamwork were they able to escape. Now, camped on the edge of Caer Dineval, the Northern Attitudes face hard choices: protect the speaker, investigate the dragon's path, or confront the past in a town that once betrayed them. As we begin our story, the northern attitudes are sleeping, and we start in the mind of our newest member, Nier. As you remember, you were getting ready to open up a doorway in your mind as you were resting. And as that door opens and you can see the crack of light, you notice you're in a very strange antiquities shop. Items of all assortments kind of just haphazardly placed on tables, and at first you notice that these tables aren't even level. Some tables are taller, some tables are shorter, some tables are very small, large. It's very just an odd setup. What do you do? Not that you can tell. Would you like to give me a perception or no? Go for it. You can't tell. What you can tell, though, is you hear a voice of somebody very familiar to you coming from one of these objects. Openly on display, a small trinket laying on this kind of upperized, like almost like bar top sized table. You can see a small ornate trinket, what looks similar to a necklace, but it's just a oval rock in the middle of it. But you can hear the whispers of yourself kind of coming from it. As you do, you start to hear yourself, and you have almost like this compelling sense that this is a part of you. Okay. And that whispering goes away. No, this is it's very dim lidded. Lanterns kind of sway in this odd, eerie like directions, as if wind is coming through them, but there's no wind that you can feel. Every once in a while, as you walk down the aisles and you glance at something, it's like you hear a whisper for a second, and then all of a sudden it stops.
As I take experimental steps, does it ever occur to me that I can't see very far and that doesn't improve as I'm walking? Or at least as far as my senses are aware, is this potentially an actual physical space that I could be walking through?
You feel like it could actually be, it's your vision that's catching those edges.
Okay.
But it's as if your vision didn't have access to dark vision, however.
Naturally, that strikes me as pretty odd, considering that my people are so closely tied to the shadows. Um, Although my stats wouldn't suggest that this would be a solution to every problem I run into, I do believe that Nier, kind of walking forward, not finding any improvement to the light, continuously hearing shifting whispers around the space, I think I would turn, kind of casually, keeping an eye around me, to the nearest display piece that looks like I could physically move it, and seemingly without warning, I think I would like kick into it to see if the sudden clamor would give cause for movement that I could track within the space, or, God forbid, if I'm still entirely alone with the noise.
Interesting enough, you kick it, but anything on the actual, you can hear the table like shake, and it feels like
Mhm.
something should have knocked down, but every piece has stayed in exactly the same place it was.
After probably about like 10 to 15 seconds of considering that and resting with that notion, um, Nier takes just a really deep breath and then experimentally shifts the chain back from around the neck and then just deeply and intently stares into the necklace, trying to like reconsider what could be going on.
As soon as you take the necklace off, it's as if you've opened up a cacophony of whispers, not just one anymore. They're all over around you again, radiating from different items within the shop.
Well, I have suspicions about the reality of the space around me, but tinnitus is no joke. And as a result of that, I do believe that Nier would try to either beseech the voices around him or attempt to literally flee the scenario with the hopes that the act of running in my mind could set forth actions in reality. And out of fear of the unfamiliar space and Nier having the background that he did, I do believe that he sides with the half of him that just wishes to run and begins sprinting to the best of one's ability while walking through a crowded space where top speed probably can't be that high, along the tables and through the stacks. But I am casting my thoughts out, just like, who is this? What is this? Where am I?
As you do that, you start asking those questions. Um, Voices start to get louder and softer, and this just echoes of your voice peer through this shop, and you see as you go down one aisle and then down another, and you go back and forth. All of a sudden, as you're heading towards this area that you knew there was nothing there, as you close towards that wall, a door has appeared and placed itself in front of you.
Naturally, I have to stop and consider this door. If I feel towards my belt, is there still a key hanging at a ring?
No.
Great. Looking about the door, is there any obvious tangibility to it, or does it seem to be spectral in nature?
Oh no, it as far as you can, it's a door. If you go to get near it, you can see the edges of wood as it's been carved into, as if the door was actually just there.
Strongly suspecting once again that even if there's a certain reality being projected onto my mind, that this is indeed an intangible space, I kind of huff once again, and bracing as if I know I'm stepping into cold water and it's going to be uncomfortable for just a couple of moments, I twist the knob and just push and go for it.
As you do, you walk into this. As you walk through, you walk into a shadow. And the last thing you see is 3 sets of red eyes spark up in front of you, and a loud caw of a raven, and you go into darkness. You all wake up.
Tight.
It's morning. You've all arrived. You've all made it through the cold of bedding down in Icewind Dale, and Kelevar as he gets his last minute things before the 8 hours shift, making sure he puts on clothes and gets ready for the day.
Because pants are optional.
You don't know what's under this table.
What's the last thing you do, Kelevar, before the hut vanishes?
Oh, probably would have, even though it has no bearing on the actual hut itself, probably gathering up like any miscellaneous blankets or pillows and putting them back in the respective cupboards, making sure the fires are stoked out, just, home tidy up things, and then just kind of get myself ready for more cold, because I love it.
I love it. As you take those moments of right before it happens, and you've gotten a pretty good aspect on time as you're getting ready to stoke out the fire, and you grab one of the blankets, and as you're placing it slowly into the chest, just as you're getting ready to let your hands go, the entirety of the hut vanishes. And the cold of Icewind Dale returns to all of you.
Yeah. I deflect from the fear of my dream by throwing a snowball. And since he spoke up, that's got to go with Ginjack.
I accept a snowball with the usual stoicism of someone from the south who is traveling in Icewind Dale. And but I don't express myself verbally out loud because I don't want to hurt Aerwyna's feelings because she lives here. So I reckon maybe we get the dogs ready and I'll start spelling everything up, eh?
Is that a
Yeah.
caster joke?
What, spelling everything up?
Yeah.
No, it's what I'm gonna do. I mean, it might be a joke though. Oh, whoa. And I start casting walk on water on us the dogs.
Right.
I'll ritual cast it.
As you get ready to start casting that, you see the dogs just kind of shuffling off some snow from their fur, and Scruff is playing in the snow at the moment. So his nose halfway dipped into the snow. You can see the pieces of the snow still hanging off his nose. And you all start to prepare yourselves for the next leg of this journey.
Wait, we're still going to Bryn Shander, right?
Thought, which is if the dragon is attacking all the towns, last time we went through Caer Dineval, there was nobody there.
Right.
So if we were able to maybe fight the dragon where there were less, civilian casualties, because I have a feeling eventually we're gonna either track down more information about it, which sounds like a smart people thing to do. But there's something also to be said about choosing our battlefield.
We start in Caer Konig. Where are we now?
You're just on the outskirts of Caer Dineval.
Okay. So we'll be passing through Caer Dineval anyway, on our way to Bryn Shander, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or do you think we need to hustle it there?
Well, I reckon we can just take it as we go, see what happens when we get to Caer Dineval.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, last time we visited there, the place was empty. Yeah?
Yeah. I at least think it'd be better to fight a dragon where there are at least no people.
I'm thinking we don't fight anything until we figure out what it is.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying let's throw hands today. In general. Come on, dragon, let's go today.
Her new gumption is just, well, let's go take the dragon on today.
Yeah.
As we talk about all the things that may or may not involve this dragon, I look over at the dragon-ish individual in the group, just seeing if Trovis has any input on the, what if we stop here? What if we don't go to Bryn Shander? Fully thinking about how we're on the road because Trovis needed to go to Bryn Shander.
Where's escort? Yeah.
Trovis kind of finalizing his cold weather, the gear that he does wear still out. I mean, rushing to Prince Shander is probably not completely unawarded. However, we could also stop and see if the Speaker of Caer Dineval has left yet, if that is something that you all wish to stop in and see. I will say, though, he's been rather sick over the last few years. Not sure he's going to make it.
There's a couple things. There's a morning spell up, and I'd like to give a sermon before we start headed out. But also, I believe I can send a message to Benji and to our friends in where is it? Stillwell?
Mm-hmm.
So they can know about the meeting in Bryn Shander. I mean,
So,
if you want.
what's your plan then?
Well, no, I mean, like, I can just cast a spell and send a 25-word message to Elias and Stillwell, and to, if not Benji, then who's the speaker there now? Oh no, she's dead. Flavia,
Mhm.
Oakley's daughter, in the Goliath place there, Wormwood,
Wormdoom?
Wormdoom tribe. Sorry,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, part of the thought process, just to bring you up to speed, is that there's more to Icewind Dale than just the 10 towns. And
True.
we all have stake in our future, don't we?
I do not disagree. I've prepared spells, a message spell I can send. So, wow, it's a 3rd level spell, man. Okay.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Well,
I
I
mean,
can
we're just
send
hitting
two
the
messages.
road, right? Surely nothing bad will happen. The most dangerous thing would be sending and driving the sled, but yeah.
Don't send and drive.
You heard it
Well,
here,
someone
kids.
else can drive the sled while I figure out a 25-word message to send to them. And but while have I completed the water walking?
I'll say yeah. If you've taken the 10 minutes to complete the water walking.
All right, 2nd level spell, aid spell, targeting myself, Nier, and Aerwyna.
Okay.
That's 5 hit points, and then time for the sermon for everyone else and for all of us. I say, like, I'd like to tell you a story. Big Dan was a halfling fellow from Merle Town on the Titherian Peninsula back in the days before the Spell Plague and the fall of the Old Kingdom. Anywho, Big Dan, who was not really big, folks just called him that because he had a bloody loud voice for being such a wee little fella. Anyhow, he was walking down the main road in Merle Town with his wee furry feet pattering along when lo and behold, a massive bird-like creature fell from the sky and landed splot, not 3 foot in front of him. Big Don figured it was a bird on account of it having big wings, but a closer examination of the fallen creature, he noticed that it had hands and a somewhat bruised and squashed and bedraggled looking face. So I continued for 10 minutes and then finished up. Big Dan's voice, loud as a thunderstorm, clear as a bell, just uttered a long string of curses continuously, and it finally woke that angel up. The somewhat embarrassed Celestial got up and healed itself, asking Big Dan to stop cussing so loudly. By Big Dan's string of curses had woken the angel, the townsfolk cried out together. The Celestial dropped a fine blessing on the town and on Big Dan as well with a flick of its wings and an embarrassed blush on its face, and the angel flew off on its way. So remember, even a curse can be used for a good cause. Blessings of the goddess be upon you all. And that's 9 bonus hit points. Is it? No, 9 temporary hit points plus the 5. So those of you who had the 8 on, you have plus 14, and everyone else has 9.
Heck yeah.
That was a very good sermon you put there.
Thank you, Kelevar. Remember, don't get hit. Don't
It's
be
fine.
jumping
I'll just
down
jump in another
holes.
hole. It's fine.
Hmm.
It worked out so well last time.
It was actually really fun. Wouldn't hate that plan again.
Aerwyna, you want to drive the dog sled while I comprise the messages for Benji and
Yeah.
Elias?
Yeah, I can do that.
All right.
As you finish your sermon, you take a moment to realize that the voice you just heard is not anyone in your party.
Oh, that wasn't Trovis.
No, sorry.
Oh.
I mean, sword.
Yeah.
Hi.
Shillelagh and wooden sword at whatever it is.
So based on everybody currently, let's get everybody in the area that we're in right now, shall we? Why is it not moving my people? Rude. Activate. There we go. Everybody's here.
Oh, look at that tiniest of huts.
The tiniest of huts.
It's tiny, but it's home.
Yes. All right. Place everybody. Let's get everybody placed in and around the tiniest of huts, please.
I like the
Uh-oh.
footprints.
We've got the Aerwyna. We've got the
Gracias.
Ginjack. Got the Kelevar.
We're outside, so Aerwyna is wherever the dogs are.
Doggies at
Oh wait, who let the dogs out?
Me.
Ah.
Who?
And we'll put Trovis in here as well. And yes, you heard the voice of something in the snow.
As I'm sure you can imagine, we weren't expecting guests. Who are you?
Aerwyna will kind of like listen for where it's coming from. Like try and pinpoint where it is.
Give me a
Big
perception
ol'
check with
upstairs.
disadvantage, please.
Okay.
Actually, everybody give me perception check with disadvantage, please.
8. Rolling hot. Oh, yours would have been a nat 20, Ginjack.
7 for me.
9.
Perfect.
It must be because you're in the snow with them. But yours is so high.
What did Trovis get?
Oh yeah, I can remember Trovis. Let's see, where's Trovis at?
What did Candle get?
Yeah, what did the dogs
The
get?
dogs get. Let's see here, perception with not advantage, disadvantage. He got a 6. 7, 8. He got an 11. Total. None of you passed.
Woo!
So there's that. And
Not a
Starting
shocker.
off strong.
each one of you is going to feel 6 points of piercing damage as Duergar literally appear behind you.
So you didn't like the sermon.
What's the piercing damage from?
Uh,
They're stabbing us.
yeah, they're all stabbing you.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if it was like psychic or something.
No, it's a stab. A little dagger.
Oh, they must have been invisible or something.
They were.
Okay.
They were visible and camping out.
Ooh, wait. This is awkward. Was this their campsite? Because we could totally move.
Yeah, it's fine. We don't need to have a dispute over campsites.
It's kind of a big tundra. Like, even if we just move 30 feet to the right, I don't think that would be... it's literally magic. It's not going to be huge.
Oh, initiative.
Hell yeah.
Wait, hold on. Is this more of a skill challenge to see how effectively we move the tent? Are you sure? It's initiative.
Oh, it won't let me roll initiative.
Yep,
'cause we're not
I'm
in
adding
combat.
everybody to the initiative order.
Oh, nuts.
Minus, because I'm not going to have to, I guess I can play a little bit.
I got a 23.
Aries busy making tea for all of our guests.
Awesome.
So she's got a solid 9.
So, Nier, you're up.
Okay. I begin pulling stakes because there's really no point in trying to remove the guy lines while it's still staked into the ground.
Okay.
No, okay, I'm gonna drop the bid. I'm so sorry. Well, I turn and I'm looking at the one directly over my shoulder that seems to have decided that my back is akin to a wall or a chunk of ice that it wanted to carve. And I say, I don't think we're opposed to negotiations, but as I'm sure you can imagine, the rule of the tundra I've cottoned on to in the last 10 days is a little tit for tat adjacent, and I give it give this one a nice firm poke with my little spirit sword doodad. And so, very willing to converse with you. And as I say that, I attempt for a stabby wabby. I believe that's the technical term.
That sounds like a technical term, yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave far out for the moment. Just me. That's a 12.
Okay.
Ugh.
12. Might have just hit. Now, I will say I'm irritated that my Duergar do not let me pop out. Oh, no. These are much hardier than a 12. Yeah, no. You
Darn.
must
Well,
just click off of armor.
I guess. I guess I'm gonna break my tit for tat rationalization. What about a 13? 2 taps.
13 still is not enough.
As you can see, James, I'm trying to be diplomatic. I'm not trying to cause harm. That was the intent the entire time.
I can see. I could definitely see that happening.
That's my turn.
All right. That brings us to Trovis, who is going to actually not let this happen. Okay, let's see here. He's going to do. I really need them to fix this app.
What tool set would be needed to try to convince them with s'mores?
I don't know, but Trovis is the natural 20 on a mace, so that's gonna hurt.
Get him, Trovis.
Let's go.
So as Trovis bash it, takes the mace, as this feels that seep of pierced into his stomach. Oh. This heavy mace down on the top of this Duergar's head. He's going to do his second attack. Get it. For another 9. So it puts it 18. Alright.
Pow.
That's bloody. So as it takes another hit, to kind of knocks it to the ground and just slams him once more. That brings us to. There we go. That's what I needed. There we go.
The McBad guys.
The McBad guys. 2, 3. So we got McBad guy number 1. That's gonna be really irritated, like I said, that I gotta bring this up every time. 14 hit you, Nier?
Oh, yeah, it does not.
Okay. Yeah, takes the war pick and against the armor. That brings us to our bloodied one against Trovis. Less. Next one. This one's against Aerwyna. And a 20 will hit.
A 20 will hit.
Yeah, and it's gonna be d6. 2. So this be 7 points.
We're still very much in it.
Ginjack, you're up. Dorgar on deck, and then Aerwyna on deck.
All right, I'm going to assume that I have no third. I only have one third level spell slot.
Okay.
Or actually, no, I do have my third level spell slots.
You do at the moment. Yeah, you didn't use your sending yet.
Okay. All right. No one's really hurt yet, right? I mean, like, they're still in their bonus hit points, so.
We're just losing touch with your speech.
Oh, okay.
a
Wow,
shame.
the speech will carry you through regardless. I'll touch a bead on my necklace. And I'll fire off a bless spell. And I'm targeting, I'll target Nier, Aerwyna, yeah, let's get Kelevar up there.
Okay.
Near Aerwyna and Kelevar. Then I'm going to cast Spirit Hammer.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
For my bonus action or spiritual weapon.
I was like Spirit Hammer. That's new, but I like it.
And
I like the name.
Sounds
of it.
rad as hell.
We love Spirit Hammer.
And there's Pessel.
A seasonal hammer store that pops up in a lot of malls that don't have regular stores in that location.
what's going on? I tried casting it.
Oh, there it is.
Huh, weird.
Aerwyna, you have 3 items that are just sitting in front of everybody else on my screen. I don't know why.
I don't know why.
All right, so I'm firing off Pestle, and for some reason, oh, there we go. You placed the Pestle already, right?
I did. It's right next to you.
Very
Okay.
cute.
Well, there's Trovis, there's you. Aerwyna hasn't gone yet.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna put Pestle behind. Actually, no, it doesn't matter.
No,
Well,
it doesn't. It doesn't affect their.
No, but I want to focus fire these guys down, and Nier's engaging one now.
Okay.
So I'll put Pestle there.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna let me.
I was very effective with my attacks. That's a solid strat.
And let me attack with Pestle.
Okay.
Cast spell. Normal. Oh, okay. Normal. 25 to hit.
Heck yeah.
25 is definitely going to hit.
And damage is 11 points.
Nice.
Dang.
All right.
And if I move, I get opportunity up the yin yang. So I'm just gonna brace my shield, and that'll be my turn.
All right. The Duergar is going to retaliate because that's what they do. And it's going to bring. That's going to be 16 to hit.
On who?
On you.
Ginjack, wonderful.
On Ginjack.
No. That's a miss.
All right. As Ginjack braces for the attack and brings the shield up very heavily. hear that clang between the war pick and the shield itself. And he's going to... Oh, it's an action. It's not... Okay. Awesome. All right. Aerwyna, you're up. Second.
All right.
Last set of Dorgar. Last Dorgar is on deck.
Is the bless set to roll automatically, James?
I don't know. Hold on, let me see if I see the bless.
Well, if not, just a reminder: the three of you are blessed.
Correct.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't see it cast on in Foundry, so I couldn't connect it to the players.
Oh, I need to cast it? Okay, I can do
Yeah,
that.
if you cast it in Foundry, then the players can accept it. I can
Foundry
connect
has
it to
problems.
the players.
Yeah, Foundry has problems with when I cast with the necklace, but I'll cast it here.
What?
Yeah, we had it working, and then they changed it on us, and now it doesn't work again.
I'll just restore the spell slot because it's off the necklace. It's not
That
off me.
works. Yep. And that goes to Aerwyna. That goes to...
Win and Kelevar, yeah.
They're just not you. All right, cool. All three of them are blessed. Aerwyna, you're up.
All right.
blessed.
She's going to take 5 feet of movement to... She's going to slide to the right. Get Ginjack in that flanking position. And she's
go.
going to... She's going to try and get that sweet advantage as she beats him with a shillelagh. Can I get my roll to hit, please? Where'd it go?
Thriving.
We're thriving over here. Oh, here we go. Maybe. Oh, here we go. Cool. Attack with advantage. For I should have triple advantage because of 17 to hit.
17 does hit.
Okay, cool. We're going to roll that damage, and you. How? We're gonna throw a little bit of a smite just because we're very outnumbered on this one.
Okay.
So that'll be 2d8. Okay, I got it. That'll be 26.
26 points?
Yeah, of bludgeoning damage.
Yeah, that's literally. How would you like to do that one?
I think Aerwyna just kind of like has that moment of like, well, this is definitely how we did it before. I've seen people do it. And she cha-cha slides to the right. And as she does, she comes like in for like the world's worst sack tap with a wooden sword. She's not going necessarily lethal at this moment. But she's going to take him out.
All right. And
We want to ask them questions about the dragons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This magically infused spoon comes down against the Dwargar's head and just you watch this Dwargar just melt to the ground. Just...
Oh no, she went for the genitals.
Oh, the
A different
genital?
head,
She
my
went
friend.
Yeah,
swinging
immediately out.
upside. It's that motion where eyes pop out of the sockets for a moment as this Dorgar just keels over, holding its berries as it's laying there on the ground, unconscious.
And because it's out, she's gonna move into Pestle Square.
Okay.
Hello, Pestle, and then she's gonna help Nier out. Yeah, teamwork.
All right. Final Dwargar is going to attack Kelevar. Natural 19, so that will hit. And that's going to be
Oof.
8 plus 2. So that's 9 points total piercing damage, Kelevar. As this war pick swings horizontally straight into the side of you, taking a heavy bash to the shoulder. And that's going to bring us to number 1, who is going to help out by setting himself up behind Kelevar. And I don't know which one's which, so.
Real quick, am I in that initiative order?
Yeah, you're
at
after this
right
wolf.
after the wolf.
Okay.
You're sweeping up what's left.
I'm not the broom in this scenario.
Yeah, if you hold the loot just right.
Have you ever tried casting Shillelagh on your lute? Would that work? Because then you could guitar slam people.
Boom.
I don't think I have that one. I'm not sure if I can even have it.
I believe there was a Comedy Central cartoon show literally called Kabong quite a few years ago. It seemed really effective.
Get him, Candle.
Such a good girl or boy I never heard.
Aerwyna all above below everyone.
What a sweetie.
All right, 8 points.
Was that a sweetie attack?
That was Candle attacking the one behind, or in front of Kelevar.
Hmm.
And Kelevar, you are up.
8 points of good boy damage.
Wait a second, Kelevar, you never rolled your die.
I was wondering because I'm pretty sure I rolled a 16.
Oh.
I thought he did roll. Anyway.
So you rolled a 16.
You know what? I'll just roll it again and you can just stick me wherever. So that's an 11 that time.
Apparently, Kelevar is acting up tonight. All right, you're up, Kelevar.
Okay, cool, because my pain is your problem. I'm going to cast Pyrotechnics and do Smoke.
Heck yeah.
Thick
Oh.
black smoke spreads out from the target in a 20-foot radius. The area of smoke is heavily obscured and persists for 1 minute.
All right. You said 20-foot radius?
Yep.
All right. Right. That brings us. Let me get our. All right. And for our audience, what does that affect mechanically for our players and our enemies? Can they see? Can they?
Are you asking me or the audience? I'm not sure.
I'm asking you to explain
Oh,
it to
okay.
us in the audience.
But yes, it says the smoke is heavily obscured. There is a con save of 13.
Right. And that's for everyone or just for...
Anything in a 20-foot radius.
All right, so I need con
respect the hustle.
saves for Ginjack and Nier and 1, 2, 3.
What happens if
Gorgar.
you fail the con save?
It says the effect is blinded.
I respect the hustle.
Ginjack hates being
Didn't I just
blinded.
talk to you about this?
Like,
I'm almost
That was
certain that
fireworks. With this one, like if you get out of the smoke, you'll be able to see again just fine. It's not like you're like literally blind. It's just like it's smoke. You can't see. Good luck.
That one's good. Ginjack. Wait,
Seeing a lot of really good values on screen that I assume are for the Durgar.
they are, yeah.
I got, I think, an 18 or 19 with the bless. So thank you for that amazing story earlier, Ginjack.
What was the
What?
last, or what was the con save value again?
13.
13. All right. All of our Durgar passed.
I tried rolling, but it's not. I'm doing normal public roll, and do you see my roll in there anywhere?
Chris,
Yeah,
I saw you
you
roll
rolled
a
an
9, I
8.
believe. Oh, okay.
And Trovis rolled a 7.
It's super effective.
So it was super effective against your party.
I respect the hustle.
So I'm blind.
Yeah, if you had under a 13, then yes, you are blind. Gonna be a conversation after this round. This one is going to go up here.
This is a great reminder that if you can't see at your table, maybe it's because you're not using Canada dice.
And not cast. Scruff is going to fail getting a hold of this Durgar as they can barely see in the smoke as well. Right, and that brings us back at the beginning of the round as you all take your actions to smash and hold off these Durgar. You feel this. You see this just billowing of smoke coming from Kelevar before it fills up to the point where you're having that issue with sight. Some of you getting to the point where it's almost like tear gas, where it's just very hard to see, and you're starting to water your eyes. And it is Nier. It's your turn.
Well, I rolled more than a 13, so I'm listening to the shouting of who I believe to be Ginjack the Wonderful off to my left, and the cacophony of light and sound, and seeing full well that Aery has squared up, and hearing what definitely sounds like, okay, earnest fighting sounds. I look at the Duragar in front of me and said, well, you guys had your chance. And I'm absolutely going to swing down on him, and that, for anybody who doesn't see the dice on screen, is slowly a
32.
yeah 32 to hit. Does that hit?
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, nuts.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna roll with a real die because it's not appearing for me. One moment, please.
That
That will
works.
be
We'll have everybody roll with real dice if they can, and just call out the number.
Yeah.
Makes it
apologies,
easier for
everybody.
those that are
Foundry's being
listening
silly. Yeah.
as well.
That'll be 12 points of damage on the first attack, and
You said
I'll take my
12?
second attack. 12, yeah.
Heck yeah.
Assuming they're still standing.
They are still standing, but barely. As
Okay.
you jam the rapier into their stomach, you seem to have caught something very, very vital.
Is this the one that was sack tapped?
This was not. The one
Okay.
that sack tapped is dead.
I see. And understandable, by the way. I don't challenge that in the slightest. I got over a 20 to hit. It's not popping up, but
Yeah,
I
you're
get a
good.
go non-lethal damage. Ideally, that is 10 after the modifier.
Okay, and as you do that, what does that look like narratively?
Once again, more or less kind of just out of being pissed off at the sudden appearance, because we were literally just about to get going, so I could finally get my rideable or flyable mechanical dragon for the group to party around in. I go for probably like the sides of the blade, just really hard against the sides of the head, because I assume they can take a hit without fully dying, but I'm trying to knock them out. So it's like temple, and then praying that doesn't just outright kill them.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Right. As you very quickly, like a fencer would go one side to the other, you watch this thing just kind of eyes roll in the back and collapses for a moment. All right. Anything else you would like to do, Nier?
I am going to threaten the one adjacent to Ginjack by running up in its grill. And as I run into what I assume is a continuing cacophony, I shout, "This need not be. This need not be violent. We were just camping." And I'm screaming that as if it were a war cry. And that's me. I'm done.
All right. You can just hear very inaudible coughing and obscenities coming from Trovis in Draconic right now as he is swinging wildly, trying to hit something.
As a side note, I run into the fireworks, and that's why it's hard to see or hear me as I bio break really quick. Be right back, everyone.
Go for it. Hit. Second time. Yeah, it's gonna be. Barely able to graze it. Seems to connect with something, but he's unsure what it is. So he can't see either. Our Durgar is dead. This Durgar is going to use the opportunity since he can see and not, and it's going to cast. It's going to disappear. Cast invisibility. And Ginjack, you are up.
So I can't see anything?
Currently, you are blinded, so you have disadvantage on attacks, and can't move very well.
Can I target where Kelevar was?
You would know where he is, yes.
All right, I'm going to cast Dispel Magic, targeting the Pyro Technics.
All right. Does that have a save that he has to do?
Nope. If it's under, not if it's under
Third level.
third level.
Okay.
I'm targeting the spell effect, getting rid of it.
Okay. This will be an interesting conversation after this fight. Quickly, the smoke starts to dissipate as you are able to see once again.
And then for my bonus action, I will tell Pestle. Oh, that guy's out. That guy's out. And I think one of them just went invisible, right?
As far as you looking around, you can see two of them, but you thought there were five.
All right, that's fine. I'll move Pestle over to this Duergar.
Okay.
Now that I see that Nier's on him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll have Pestle attack that Duergar.
All right. Go for it.
And let's attack. So this is just normal, right?
Heck yeah.
That's a critical
It is.
with a 26. And now for damage. Where's damage?
It should be the.
Oh, I see it. Okay. What do I do for damage? Is it like just I add for a crit?
Yeah, just hit it for crit. Yep.
Oh, there it is. Critical hit. There we go.
There we go. 14 points.
Why am I scrolling down? I don't see it.
It's So what's happening is it's coming. All of Aerwyna's stuff is going after everything, but for some reason it's scrolling anything before it. I don't know.
I don't know why.
Yeah, there's something weird going on with it
Okay,
once
well,
again. I can see it though.
all right.
We're good. 14 points.
all right, because I was looking at the bottom of the screen after I rolled, and I see Aerwyna.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm not
and
even
I
nothing.
say, and I yell over my shoulder, "Will you please stop blinding me?" At Kelevar, and that's my action and my bonus action.
Okay. Kelevar, you are up. Aerwyna, you're on deck.
Okay, the Duergar, that's dead in front of me. I'm gonna go ahead and do action, bonus action, short sword, and then dagger.
All right.
Heck yeah.
First one is going to be a 22 to hit.
Hits.
Neat. Piercing damage 4.
Okay.
Dagger. That is going to be 18 to hit.
18 hits.
Wonderful. And that is going to be 7 damage on top of it.
Nice. He's looking real bad too. You take your quick as the Duergar takes the blunt of 2 stab wounds in the stomach. It's looking pretty bad. It takes a knee from the Duergar takes it. And the Duergar is going to go. Seeing they are they are currently outnumbered. He is going to also cast invisibility. He is going to try to run away.
Sounds like we got him right where we want him.
So the 2 of you can swing with disadvantage if you'd like to.
Which one's running away?
The one that was the one here.
Who are the 2 of you?
That's you and I.
Ginjack and Nier. Sorry.
Do you want to try for a Captain America shield bash?
Sure. Oh, I'm just gonna smack him as soon as I find it. Oh, there we go, mace. At disadvantage.
AC 16.
I don't know where my numbers come up, so.
I for sure hit.
Oh, I got an 11, so I guess not.
Here you hit.
Yeah, that is 11 points of force damage.
Okay. And oh, so close. As you take the opportunity, as this, you feel that moment, you watch them go invisible, and you hear the of the first step as you swing with the rapier, and you just hear as it starts running away.
Damn. It's force damage. Are they leaving blood behind or no?
No, but give me a perception.
Okay.
Because they are leaving light tracks behind.
Of course.
You all are in
Nature's
snow.
blood.
Now, Duergar, you
Oh, no.
are able to
Ah.
conceal them a little better, but they do steal you.
That was either a 5 or a 6 based on the digidie, so I know right where they are, I'm guessing.
You have an idea where they're at, yeah.
Yeah.
Can I spot it?
You did not hit it, no.
I mean, I'm looking for the tracks.
Oh, yeah. You can see that they're trailing this way.
But we're still on the same round. I already took my action, right?
Correct. Yep, it's Aerwyna's turn.
All right. Well,
Mary is going to beeline over to this guy who's really surrounded.
Okay.
And she's gonna do the new thing that sweeping the nation, the whack.
Okay.
Going with advantage for a natural 20.
Natural 20 definitely hits.
He's already been injured, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So she's not gonna smite this time. She's just gonna for 10.
10 will take him out.
She's gonna go in for another just like really embarrassing swipe at the genitals to just to knock them out because we want to ask them questions.
Damn!
We got questions about dragons, okay? We figure we can at least find maybe where they're coming from.
You. Once again, this one just kind of rolls over. This actually is this one rolls over, the helmet falls off, and you can see longer hair. And you can see that this was not a male, but it still hurt.
Hey, nobody likes being hit in the genitals.
Ruth.
I think on that joint notion, we can all be friends. That's a commonality we can all agree with.
And at this point, Nier, you see no one currently up, but you do see tracks moving that way. To the west.
Everybody, we weren't planning on leaving immediately, were we? Because if not, I got to do my morning 5K, and I just start running. And then, I don't know, like 20 feet later, I sincerely wonder if it would be worth running a 5K, because God, this sucks running in the snow. But I'm actively looking for the tracks. I assume I'm not looking well, because I'm running, and I'm not Legolas.
All right. So give me a perception.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I did get the water walking off, so you are Legolas.
Oh.
We're tapped into our elven natures right now.
You can run on snow.
So you can literally see the tracks.
Yes. I'm following them, and that is a very you know, last time I got a 5 or a 6, because now I'm on the snow. That's a very impressive 12.
Yeah, 12 is easily able to find if you want to move there.
And I'm feeling, because I haven't conjured far today, Nier is feeling a little bit more like he wants to try out that bold nature that Far usually speaks in, and as he's running and following the tracks, just shouting, "Hey, we just want to talk. I don't think you're gonna outrun me. We just want to talk." And I'm like lightly waving my sword in front of me.
Okay. All right. Give me an attack with disadvantage because he is invisible.
Mm-hmm. Everybody, I'm speaking in Pig Elvish. It's kind of like Pig Latin every time I say do, but it does help. I believe that to be a 13 or 14 to hit. 14.
Neither will hit.
Great. Like, I'm not committed to trying to hit the fly in my house with the fly swatter. Is kind of what's happening as I follow
it's
the
pretty
tracks.
much happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trovis looks around. I knew there was one here. Hope I don't hit anyone else. And he will swing as well against the one that was supposedly in front of him, which still is, thankfully. Not with those rolls, no. Unable to see as well. He's not able to connect. That one's dead. That one's going to run. Since it's invisible, he won't get the attack opportunity. He's also leading tracks. Ginjack, you're up. Oh, you're muted.
Based on, well, I'll move over this way. And do I have a general idea of where he is?
You can see the tracks up to where Nier is at when he stopped.
Dispel magic, canceling invisibility.
Okay. as he now knows he can be seen.
And bonus action, here's a little pestle for you. And I'll give him some pestle love.
All right.
Because that's what Pestle's all about, really.
All about the love.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
about.
can we get a T-shirt that says "Pedestal Love"?
Pestle love.
Pestle love.
So Pestle will attack.
Oh. Mhm.
And it will appear somewhere. I don't know where. 28.
28 definitely hits.
That's Aerwyna.
Oh.
No, but 20. Dirty, I think.
20 still hits.
And the damage is spiritual.
He has 1 health left.
Get him. Get him. Get him.
That'll be 10.
Oh yeah.
6 points. Sorry, I keep reading Aerwyna's shillelagh.
Yeah, you're good.
Sorry.
I didn't do it on purpose.
I know. I just gotta remember. Okay, spiritual weapon. There it is. 6 points.
Yep. And with the pestle crack against the body of this Durgar as they collapse as well. Anything else you would like to do, Ginjack, or is Kelevar up?
They're all down, aren't they?
One in the wind.
In the
Oh, there's
distance,
one in
you
the
can hear
wind?
me shouting. You can probably make out the words if you try hard enough, but I'm basically just like trying to coax the one that's in front of me to stop while simultaneously just like radar sweep or like metal detector sweeping with a sword in front of me. Like, I don't want to hurt you, but I'm still swinging a sword.
Okay. Yeah.
There's one more that's invisible.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll look for tracks, but actually that was action and bonus action, so I'm done for the turn.
Yep. Kelevar, you're up. Aerwyna, you're on deck.
Kelevar, seeing no immediate threat, just kind of collapses in the snow, holds his shoulder, and going, "God dang it! What is it with these Durgar? Why? Ah! I just fixed my coat. Not the and just a sling of profanities in both Common and Gnomish, and that's really about it. There's nothing I can do that would be beneficial, unless you want me to use power techniques again."
No, I think we're good.
Exactly. So, moving on.
Awesome.
I mean, if I know where he is, I can find him. If I have a general idea.
Right. As you, Kelevar, you're done. Aerwyna, you're up.
She's gonna try and figure out where this last guy
Okay,
has
perception.
buggered off to.
AC or the DC is only 12.
18.
Yep. You can once see it again. You're seeing tracks. These are not like they've got. They're in the downfall of snow. There's tracks everywhere.
Okay. She's gonna move 30 feet. She's gonna
Okay.
like literally step over the one that's like been the female version of Tapsacked.
Yep.
She's just gonna like step over it while it's groaning and go over this way. And
Okay.
this
can
way,
see-
guys.
And I'm going to state at that point, the dogs have kind of calmed down. And Nier, you are up if you want to continue to trail with Aerwyna.
It was a rough night of sleep, and nearly immediately after waking up and hearing a good story, somebody tried stabbing all of us in the back, so I am absolutely still in hot pursuit. I'm not trying the hardest I could potentially could be, but I'm not giving up as long as I can see these footsteps.
Got it. I'll say you'll have perception with advantage because Aerwyna is tracking currently.
Great.
Get him.
I keep saying do. I have other ticks.
18
It's-
easily.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna find you. We just wanted the camp.
So you're gonna go up to that one.
Yeah.
All right, you're up to Aerwyna. There's 15 right there. And you can see right there in front of you. You can swing once more if you'd like. It is with disadvantage still.
Yeah.
I will
And,
say, if this round gets through, he is going to bolt at this point.
Yeah, for sure. He'll all of a sudden have 2 levels in rogue, and he's gonna double dash and
Oh
start
yeah,
levitating.
he's gone. Yeah.
He's
I hate it
starting
when
a
they
new
double
life.
dash levitate. That's probably not enough, even if I had a really good bless. Yep.
It looks like it's a 17.
Ooh, nice. Never mind. A 17.
17 hits.
Great.
Yeah.
I was hoping to swing with the flats on my blade, but I can't see what I'm hitting, so it wouldn't shock me if I used either the pointy or the sharpie. And here comes damage. That's 1d8 plus 7. With a max damage of 15.
Yeah. I will say with this swing, this like wild swing, you feel the just immediate cut into something as this one half beard cut off as the neck is cut from the back end kind of halfway around as this
Ooh.
one's laying in the ground now. Blood.
I was probably like halfway through shouting, "We just want to talk," again as this cut occurs, and right on the word talk, I go, "Ugh."
As this one collapses into the ground as well. And from what you can see at this point, what would you guys like to do?
That's all of them? Or are... that's a really good question. Are we out of combat? Is the question.
As far as you know.
All right.
I think wondering if Aerwyna and I have the same idea. Just kind of turn and look back towards camp and shout, "We have a survivor, right?" Right.
Yeah, I hope so. I've heard that when you get hit in the genitals, it can feel like you're dying, but I've heard it's also not necessarily an actual killer pain.
Well, it depends if it's a brush or a solid blow. I mean, the
Oh, it was
brush
a
is
pretty-
like the delayed death, but the solid blow does make you feel like, yeah, you're gonna puke your guts out and you're gonna
Well,
die.
let's get these ones that are rolling on the floor and tie them up.
Nothing makes me happier than to imagine that we shouted that back and forth to each other from a semi-great distance.
And Ari is like right next to you, but we're still yelling at each other.
Facts.
Oh, is anyone hurt?
Nothing wounded but my pride.
I think we just.
What the
Okay.
lady said.
All right.
Ow.
Oh my God.
Are you hurt, Kelevar?
I had 13 hit points.
Ooh, lost or left?
Left.
So you look less than ideal.
All right, fine. I'll go over to Kelevar and I'll touch a bead and I'll give him a cure light
Okay.
using the bead.
All right.
That's +6, so 8 points.
All right.
Hooray! Now I just look like one of those kids with some snot dripping out. And I was like, oh, thanks. Ow.
You and I need to have a word, Kelevar.
Oh boy.
And I've talked to you about this before, and I noticed that you didn't use the pyrotechnics fireworks this time, you used smoke. So here's the issue. You are going to kill me if you blind me again. Do you understand that? So please stop putting me in your area effect spells unless it's a heal. or a fairy fire. I don't mind being lit up, but I do
Oh.
mind being blinded, because if you blind me, you're going to kill me. Do you understand that? Am I making this
Yeah.
crystal clear to you?
Oh,
All
that's
right.
this fairy fire was I thought you'd get grumpy about it, but next time we'll do that.
Fairy fire is actually an excellent solution for invisible foes as well, I might add.
I only really stab stuff. I'll try to keep you out of that.
Oh
As
no,
Aery is trying to tie up
I
these
wouldn't make this an
dwarves.
issue, except this is the second time it's happened. Right? So I'm
Aery's
gonna make
dragging
it clear
over
for
all
you
the
now.
dwarves into a pile to tie up.
I can't fight and I can't cast anything but dispel magic. And this time I only knew where you were, so that's why I cast the dispel magic on you. But otherwise, you're going to kill me. All right? So could you please stop trying to kill me? I'm begging you. Brother, you understand me? Am I clear?
I'll let you know when I actually try, okay?
No! Stop putting me in your area effect spells that are cause blindness, disability, or anything else. And this is the last time I'm gonna ask you, all right? And I'm literally begging you, Kelevar. All right?
Gentlemen, Ginjack, Kelevar,
Yeah.
I've known her the least amount of time. Is literally stacking bodies on top of each other normal for
Oh,
her?
that's fine. She
Okay.
learned that from Benji.
Or question the ones that aren't, completely dead. The ones that I just knocked out. That she's like 8 strength trying to pull these dwarves.
Oh,
through
you
the
poor
snow.
thing.
Why am I working? Can we save the yelling for later?
I'm not yelling. I do not raise my voice. I make a very good point of that.
Trovis walks over with one hand and just grabs one and just tosses it over.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, so
Now, Kelevar, are you still hurt, or do you need some more healing?
I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Can I take psychic damage from the scolding? For flavor?
If you'd
Like 3
like
points
to,
of shame.
you're happy to. 3 points of shame. Ask the audience. How many points should they take? How many points should Kelevar take for his?
I'm not
For
going to
every
yell at
1,000
him.
bits.
I'm not going to yell at him. He's a grown gnome.
He's a grown gnome. Oh, he's a grown gnome.
I'm appealing to his better. I'm doing the Ginjack way. I'm trying to appeal to his better nature. Anyhow. Well, he's not hurt too bad, but actually, I'll hit. Does he still look injured?
Kelevar?
I mean, yeah. Kelevar, I'm at 24 out of 34 now, so I'm well enough.
I'll be the judge of that. Here, I'll hit you with another Cure Light Wounds.
I'll be the judge of that.
From the bead.
Why does that
You're
sound
gonna
like
be healed and you're gonna like it.
That's for 7.
Okay.
So you take another 7, and that's it for. Oh, jeepers! I haven't used the mass heal. No, I'll save that. I have a big heal on the necklace, but that takes 10 minutes to cast.
No.
Oh, you took a prisoner, right?
I took several.
I kneel down next to the. I believe if you said his name and Duragar is something akin to Captain Sacktap. And it's like, well, we'd offer to give you some ice to put on it, but and I kind of gesture vaguely at the landscape. You're in a little bit of a pickle. You disturbed camp cleanup. What do you have to say about that?
Every single one of these are still fully knocked out. Like they're not dead, but they're not conscious.
Aery's gonna make sure they're all tied up.
Okay.
Which one seems like the most likely to crack, as they're all like writhing, tied up in ropes on the ground in pain?
Everyone, I think I'm talking to an unconscious body again.
And she will, with a lay on hands, nose boop whichever one she thinks is the most likely to be talkative. She's gonna just gently nose boop them with a lay on hands for 1 HP to stabilize them. Hi.
Hey.
Hi. So this is my first interrogation. I want to put this out there. Hi, I'm Aerwyna. We want to know more about where you guys are coming from. And I hope you know that there are more sack taps where that came from. So you should probably not and just tell us what we want to know. Can she use persuasion?
Sure.
It's like when your good cop is also threatening you.
Yeah. I'm a good cop, but I'm also gonna hit you in the ball many, many
I
times.
can hit
I'm
you
just
in the balls
imagining-
again.
I'm just picturing like the
21.
quarterstaff, like a golf club right now, right between
Yeah.
the knees.
Yeah, it's her little wooden sword, and she's just like tapping it on the inner thigh, really, like just like, hey.
I lean over to Ginjack. So this
What'd you
is
get?
completely normal.
Aerwyna?
21. 21.
Don't hit me again, please.
She's new at this. The people that we usually have doing this aren't with us. But if you feel like helping her out, then feel free to. Anyone.
I think she's crushing it.
I think she'll do fine.
Just like those nuts
To
over
help.
there.
Yeah, I'm not very good at this, so yeah, I'll leave that to
I
others.
think it'll be in your best interest, Mr. Duergar. Can I call you Mr. Duergar? Here, let me get you some tea. She plays good and bad cop by herself. But I think it'd be behoove you to take us to where you guys are coming from, because we have a lot of questions about the Charlatan Dragon, of which we know you guys are connected to. We already know that. We already have that information.
You want me to take you to the fortress?
Yeah, that'd actually be great.
There.
Perfectly ideal. This is actually a wonderful situation for us.
I can.
Yeah.
You realize
And-
you're walking into a death trap, right?
Or at least just information on where we can find said fortress and maybe come in with some more reinforcements. Look, we want to, find a peaceful solution, but you guys just keep trying to kill us. So eventually we're going to have to kill you guys right back. You can understand what a pickle this puts me in, right?
It's so nice. It's hard to I don't think you've done this very often.
No. As I said, this is my first interrogation. I want you to be comfortable and leave a really good review at the end.
It almost sounds like he's asking for you to verify your credentials. Do you have another sack tap in you, Aerwyna?
Oh,
Mr.
yeah,
Duergar?
we do.
Mr. Duergar, would you find that amenable? Take her more seriously?
No. I don't need that. That hurts. No, I'll tell you. I can take you to the fortress if that's what you want.
Okay,
But
so
that's all I can do. They'll kill me otherwise.
okay. Well, we don't want
Motherfucker will
that to
kill
happen.
you.
But I'm dead either way, and what's the point?
I'll whisper to Aerwyna. Could you ask him about the dragon?
Yeah. Tell us about the Charlatan Dragon. She tries to seem more intimidating.
Just see a very bushy, dark brow, dark gray eyebrow raise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, tell us
Tell
all about
tell
it.
you about the dragon.
Yeah, the Charlatan one.
It's here to make sure that the rest of the towns are burned to ground before we invade.
That sounds like a poor invasion strategy, to be honest. Because
have you
that.
seen what that thing does?
Yeah, but then what? Who's going to be getting your resources for you guys? This sounds like an interesting.
You don't understand. We're literally going to take over Icewind Dale.
Oh, well, we don't like that. As a resident of Icewind Dale, we would like to say no thank you.
We've been told by the Deep Dura that this is our new claim and that the things that have lived here before need to die.
Oh, okay.
Did they get a permit?
Would you like to see your papers on this?
Oh, no.
Son of a bitch, it's legit.
Yeah. Oh, yep. These are signed papers of invasion. I mean,
Right
we're not
here.
gonna let you do this, but at least you're doing it above board. So Deep Durad, who and what is that? Pretend I don't know what that is. Tell me more.
Goddess we believe in. We're divine rights to Icewind Dale. When the darkness came, it's a place that we can live without having to worry.
You do know that this deep, darkness and storm that we're in might be a divine sign for you, but is actually the wrath of an ancient storm goddess that you've made very angry by playing with her favorite rock, the Chardelin. Did you know that? So she's gonna be really mad. So I hope your Deep Dura is ready to throw hands with
Deep
the
Dora would
Frostmaiden.
take any other god.
I don't know.
Oh no.
Long pause. Arnold, we haven't met them yet, but they seem like they will throw some hands and sack tap your god. I'm not usually one for theology, but I think that's how it's probably gonna go. So I don't think that's gonna be ideal for you guys in your invasion either.
I mean, if I just say, hey, I'm not going to do any more killing you, all things, you'll let me go and I can return to the Underdark?
No, we're gonna take you with us. Because you know what? Maybe there's people that are better at interrogating somewhere else.
You're doing a great job. Hey, Mr.
you.
Duragar, please tell her she's doing a great job.
You're doing a great job.
Thanks.
All right.
Now, can I go?
Actually, I do
Yeah,
believe...
on this sled.
Yeah,
She
the
just-
people of Bryn Shander
Provis,
probably
move
have some
him to
questions
the
for you.
shed. Sled.
Oh, no, I don't want to go there.
Ooh. Yeah, you see this paper, and I hold up my sword, actually is a certificate that states you have to go.
Hey,
I mean, could we do you need any water? I see you're tied up. Like, in what way do we make you comfortable before we get going? Because this is sort of a non-starter.
you're not letting me go, are you?
It's for the third time, probably not.
All right. Where are we heading?
For the second time, Bryn Shander? You
Are
don't
we
hold
going
on.
to Bryn Shander? I mean,
With a quick pit stop in Caer Dineval.
Ah, yes.
Quick pit stop.
can we fit him on the sled?
How many shields do we have? And do we have an easy means of taping them together?
Oh, we could make like a cool like when I was a kid back in Caer Koneg, sometimes we'd ride on like these big old sleds on the back of sleds, like a little disc.
Yeah, I
They
don't
just
like this
drag
idea at
behind-
all.
Yeah, no, this sounds like amazing for us.
No.
How many living prisoners do we have?
I mean,
Hmm. Aerwyna?
I took out 3, I think, non-lethally. So we can take 1.
he's the only one
Or we can
awake
take
right
them
now.
all. Yeah. The other 2 are just still writhing on the floor in pain.
I don't.
They've writhed on the floor so much that they've passed out.
They're unconscious.
Do we know enough about Duragar in this region that if we leave them out here exposed, they'll freeze to death? Or will they be fine if we leave them?
Give me either a nature or a history.
I don't know why I'm programmed to make that sound every time.
Doo-doo-doo.
There you go. You get it. 18.
You know they're hardier than the people of Icewind Dale. However, they're still going to over time be affected by the ice and cold of
Well,
Icewind Dale.
bare minimum, let's at least take their weapons.
You want to just let him go and just keep the one?
Yeah, let's. Yeah, you know what? I think we're really vibing with Mr. Duergar over here.
You just hear grumbles of this older Duergar gentleman.
Yeah, we'll keep him, and
Yeah.
we'll take all their weapons. And
Yeah, we can
you
at
can
least
give me a
sell them.
minute. I can do a detect magic and see if they got any other goodies on them.
Oh, and if Benji shows up, we'll have some new weapons for Benji.
Yeah, well,
Should
if
we
Benji were
split
here, we
some?
would not be taking prisoners. I'm deal.
Durgar, you got lucky.
I guess so.
Coming with us.
Can I ritual cast detect magic?
Can you ritually cast detect magic?
I can. I'm just wondering if I have time or if it's going to happen.
That if you do you think you have how much time is it? 10 minutes?
It's 10 minutes.
Are you gonna hang around in the cold for 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess we'll keep watch.
Sure. Everybody roll me your perception checks for this.
I did it again.
Okay, I can roll perception just one moment. I was busy being silly in the chat. 24.
18.
17.
Yeah, you all have your eyes open wide as Ginjack is preparing for the detect magic. As you kind of take that time to tune in on the magical essences around you, you of course detect what you already know is magical. However, you see small kind of imagine like detect magic is almost like being able to feel vibrations, and you would feel those vibrations coming from each of the Duergar. There's a small item on each of them.
Is it one of those nasty coins?
It is not.
I'll walk over to one of the unconscious ones and search for where the item is.
Okay. It's in a pocket. Do you want to reach it?
All right. I'll put on a glove and reach into the pocket.
Okay. You pull a small stone. Something you know very much about.
Oh, this is that filthy. Okay.
Little smaller than let's say a little bit bigger than a D4.
All right. I'll pull from the other three. I'll remove their stones.
Okay.
Then Grumpy, I take his. Then when I say, what are these for, by the way? I know they're not very nice and
Divine gifts. Known to give us unnatural strength and power from the Dura.
Well, the Dura left some things unprotected, so I wouldn't know how great they're being.
Is there a reason you guys didn't use those in that exchanging of words?
I didn't really think we would have needed them.
Even as you were running away, getting your ass kicked? Oh, no, wait, that was your friends. I'm so sorry.
We were just here just to slow you down.
how are you finding us, by the way? Nothing. huh?
Answer this question first. She looks really grumpy at Mr. Grumpy.
We're just curious how you always keep finding us.
We're everywhere.
I'll put the crystals in the obsidian crystals in a pouch.
Okay.
And we've disarmed them completely, right?
Okay, so you've taken all their pickaxes and daggers.
Right, I think we're happy to put together the behind the sled and get going then. As a matter of fact, that's probably what we would have been working on while keeping watch while he was boosting up detect magic.
Okay, that works. So you guys have now tied on a shield to the back of the sled that you are going to place the tied up Dwargar on.
Yes.
Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
It's not
He's
a
gonna
war
go-
crime. We're leaving the other ones alive, so it's not a war crime.
Technically, no, it's not a war crime.
Yeah, this is actually just good old Caerconic fun. We're gonna convert him to love Icewind Dale, just like us.
It'll slow us down by exactly 82 feet per day, but I think it's worth it to just slow down a smidge. I have to imagine that outside Neverwinter, they definitely used to do kneeboarding, like a high speed sailboat activity outside of Neverwinter of kneeboarding. And so the rope would be attached down below, and then with his hands tied in front of him, also the rope there. So there's 2 points of connection to keep him from just being dragged.
Oh, so you're being nice to the grumpy
Yeah, we're not
Dwargar.
trying to keel haul him.
It's not a war crime.
It's a different game.
Don't know why you keep bringing it up.
Also, why are you guys trying to slow us down? From like where?
Why are you obsessed with us?
Yeah.
You're putting a thorn in a. Not to mention, you did kill one of the brothers of Sunlights.
Oh, the sunlights. Interesting. Good to know.
But
See,
blight.
you have
Blight, not light.
lights. Got it. Anyway, see, we're having a great time. We're gonna show you some good old fashioned Icewind Dalian fun. Okay, let's go.
And you just get on the sled and go.
Yeah.
And you just, out of nothing but unadulterated anger, just.
Oh, come on. And she like J turns the sled.
If you gotta lean into the turns. God, he's never been kneeboarding. You can tell.
Give me that other gosh target there.
We got a berm coming up. Try to jump it. He whiffed it.
Just straight, just into the snow.
Tony
Kind of
Hawk.
comes out half covered in snow as it just pushes through the mound.
It's a good thing he's so bottom heavy. You'd think he would have fallen over by now.
I just kind of picture this montage with the music like eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking.
And you all are heading down the downslope towards Caer Dineval at this point.
Yeah, we're gonna check in and see if their speaker wants to get in on this.
Get in on this. All right. So as you dip down into that area of Icewind Dale, let me bring up that map for us.
Careful, Mr. Grumpy, you don't have brakes.
Oh,
Watch out.
no. The one flaw in this plan.
Right.
Only one.
So as you can see this route here, down the hill, and for those watching, or as the camera pans back, it's just this swaying movement of a rope connected to a shield, just sliding back and forth, and a very angry Dorgar man on the back of it. Get me out of this thing!
Daisy, Daisy, give me your answer, do.
As you come into
She's half crazy, driving the sled for you.
as the song of the bard coming down the hill in this just jolly moment, you arrive in this Y section of Caer Dineval. To the left would be the large inn known as the Uphill Climb, which you originally had been to, and it's what you got chased out of with pitchforks. The right side is where most of the citizens of Caer Dineval live. And this is midday at this point. The amount of badgering and that you took and extra work to get this Duergar to more friendlier mentality. Which way are you taking the sled? To the left or the right, or are you stopping at
Well,
the Y?
I don't have the map.
Is it not showing up on?
No, but it is showing up on the Dress to Class
Okay.
Twitch, so I'm kind of looking there. Let's go to the left, towards the uphill climb and the care, because that looks like that's gonna probably be where important people are.
All right. So as you take that bend, you feel the slide of the shield just in a wide slip as just barely grazes the one this one mound. As you can see it give about a 30-foot just off the ground for a moment before it slams down again.
Ollie.
And as you head towards this large wooden structure known as the uphill climb, you've heard of from some of the fishermen and loggers of Caer Konig that this is probably the inn of the town.
I think we had a really bad performance there.
You did.
No, it was Snark. Snark, remember?
Yeah.
Cheated a bunch of people in the town using his charm spell, and it wore off, and they chased us out. Oh, Snark's our beloved goblin companion who is no longer with us, but he was very mischievous.
Rest in power.
Rest in power.
Boy, but he was a mischievous little fella, and he got us in a spot of trouble last time we were here, but not his fault. He wasn't trying to be mean or anything. He was just well, don't speak ill of the dead. Let me put it that
Snark
way.
would have really loved what we're doing with this dwarf on the back of the sled.
He would love this.
Aery starts crying.
Oh no.
While driving.
Sorry, Aerwy. I shouldn't have brought up Snark.
I do what I've probably done multiple times over the last 10 days or so of knowing y'all, and I just kind of like look between each of you and throw a thumbs up, like, yes, this is sad. I have emotions.
As you head to this very like steep pointed roofed, very long structure, you can see the roofs are way the angle is very strange, but it's in order to keep the snow from just building. As you get closer and closer, and there's two lantern lights lit in the windows, but other than that, it seems to be a very soft light glowing inside. And there's a large sign on it that says the uphill climb.
Okay, let's park the dogs just real quick. And our not prisoner, our fun time friend on the back of the sled.
You come to a halt. There's no brakes on the shield as this thing slides past you for a moment before hitting the moment of release. I'm going to ask this question because now my curiosity has spiked, and we'll see how this actually goes here in a moment. Aerwyna, you were the one that tied the shield?
Yeah.
Yeah? Can you roll me a sleight of hand check, please?
Oh, yes. Can it be survival?
Rope skills? Sure. I'll give you survival.
Yeah. Everything should be fine. I remember all the stories about Aerwyna controlling snow, so she should be able to slow this thing down. 13. She can still definitely do that, right?
Yeah. So the shield held on well. The ropes connected to him, however, did not. As this whiplash moment of the shield swinging by hitting the tautness of the connection from the sled and the instant jolt, and a catapulted Dorgar straight into a snow mound about 10 feet after.
Oop, gotta go get our forced friend.
Get me out of
Quick, he's
here!
escaping.
Kelevar, get him.
Rawr!
Okay, I get. Yeah, go pull him out because he's tied up, and it seems mean to leave him in there.
And a very not amused but somewhat amused Trovis just watching the antics of the northern attitudes at their best.
Not a war crime.
I never said it was.
We are not war criminals.
Although I am starting to be a little concerned, being the fact that you have mentioned the fact that you're not war criminals at least a dozen times since we've left the camp.
But you see, that was over the course of a long time, so it seems more spread out than you would imagine. Yeah. Anyway,
maybe I do.
Mr. Durgar, you had fun, right? Great core workout.
No, I hated it.
Well, first time's always the worst, but you're going to get real good at it real soon, I promise.
I don't want to do that again. What else do you want to know?
Have you been here before?
Yeah.
Was that a yay or an A? It's quite windy out here.
Yes, I've been here.
All right. What would you recommend if we order off menu? I'm intentionally trying to throw you off. My interrogation techniques seem to be working just fine. Unfortunately, due to your somewhat crass nature, I have to wonder what brought you here previously.
It brings me everywhere. Find Shardlin. Bring it back to the fortress. Fuel the dragon.
Fuel.
I did hear fuel.
Yeah, good.
So it's a
See,
machine.
The interrogation is working, everybody. I'm good at this.
This is the power of kneeboarding.
It's the power of planting a Torgar into a snow mound and then being partially knocked unconscious the second time.
Before we head in, before we sit you next to a fire, want to expand on that fuel notion real quick?
The thing moves.
Okay, yes. Locomotion requiring fuel, we get that, but we're going to need a little bit more information about whether it's autonomous. Is it piloted? How is it controlled?
We
How
just
does
give
it ride it?
If it needs fuel, presumably it has points of, or it has way stations it has to stop at. Yeah, you know what? I was wrong. Let's head inside. I think we're going to break out a map.
I think we're gonna break out a map. Okay.
And yeah, leading them towards the doors.
All right. As you lead to this small, just a normal wooden door that's sitting on this in here. It's not double sided or anything like that, or double doored at all. You head up onto the creaky platform of the inn.
Cool.
Walk in. There's not a single person in here other than the crotchety old proprietor that you two have seen before.
No.
And I'm gonna
All right.
I'm gonna roll a die.
See if he recognizes this, because this it was pitchforks and torches last time. Aerwyna, you want to do the talking here?
Yeah, sure.
You're local.
I don't know. We don't get along very well with Kerdinaval. They're still mad that we win at Ice Chase.
Well, you have a point of interest with him. Tell him that you hate our ice chasing team and you wish Kerdinaval would win.
Oh, I can't do that. That's a lie. That'd be good.
I mean, look, here's a crazy idea. Like, we could tell them we were trying to start a Duragard bobsled team.
Okay, that sounds good.
You know?
Yeah. Airy will walk over. And go, hello. Oh, 5 of your finest pints.
That'll be 5 silver.
Yeah.
6.
Okay.
The man behind you says 6.
Okay, 6 then.
Right?
I forgot Trovis needs a drink too. I thought he was still working on his sobriety. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was thinking of our friend here. No, we don't want to give Trovis any alcohol.
Yeah. So actually 5.
Oh.
No,
Alright.
6. And I point at the
6.
Duergar.
Oh, then there's 4 of us, 1 Duergar. Who's the 6th?
Oh no, you're right. Sorry, I miscounted. For some reason, I keep thinking. All right, you're right. 5.
You have another one just hiding in your pocket?
No,
Oh.
never.
Oh. You two look familiar.
No, we couldn't possibly look familiar. We're here on a diplomatic mission. We are looking for your guys' speaker. Has he already gone off to Brinshander?
No, the speaker's been sick for months. Taken care of by the attendants up at the cairn.
Good to know. Do they have an emissary that they'd like to send in their stead?
Oh. Kradoth probably could go.
Okay.
Might not be a
Perfect.
bad option. Give us a little bit more say there in Brinshander. We did see us. We also had someone stop by just a few days ago with a missive.
Was that the missive to go to Brinshander?
Correct.
Oh, okay.
What brings you all here?
Oh, we were just stopping by. We were just in the neighborhood taking our speaker. We thought we'd pick yours up at the same time, or some emissary to send to Brinshander. You know, real neighborly, nice things to do. And Aerwyna in her head is like, no, I hate Caer-Dineval.
You do look familiar.
That's impossible. I've never been here before.
Give me a deception check.
That's a 20.
Oh. Hey, you look like somebody I've seen in here. There's a group of you there were a group of people that came in here a few months ago. We ran them out after some little guy decided he was going to start trying to pick people's money and stuff.
That sounds awful and nothing that we would do, ever.
Yeah, I guess not. Yeah, not to mention you have your speaker with you, so I guess you gotta at least be somewhat decent people.
Only the best.
Oh, here's your drinks. And he just kind of gets just quickly pours and hands them all. These 5 silver.
Okay. She will pay the 5 silver. Thank you. We'll go get a table. And then who was the person that you said that might be interested in going to Brinshander again?
Kradoth.
Kradoth.
He's the emissary and also the lead attendant for the speaker.
Okay. Well, we can check out on your speaker too. Thank you. And Aerwyna's just gonna take all the drinks with her practiced tavern server hand. She's got like 3 mugs in each hand, like it's nothing. Okay, everybody, let's go get a table and then drink these down and then go over to go sort out getting their emissary together.
Sure. As you sit down, the four of you and the Duergar who can't drink without being untied,
We get him a
Uh,
crazy straw. The funnest straw that they have. Peer through a straw also just sounds disgusting, but
like heavy, like, and with the fact that you're in this area where cold and ice, this beer isn't brewed like lightly, so it's very heavy beer too. So it's like sucking syrup through a straw. Every once in a while, you'll hear those. You'll hear those like bubble sounds, like you just can't get it, to the point where for a moment there, the Dwargar's um, he's trying to get it so much that you hear it just. Ugh.
mm, yum.
Provis is over there, just kind of narrowed eyed a little bit. I know, I know. Haven't touched the stuff in weeks. It's fine.
Oh,
So, Speaker Krennic lives here, and I haven't seen him in months, but it'll be nice to catch up.
yeah. Well, we'll stop by the cairn and see if we can get them on their feet. And
As far as you can see, it seems that he's been under the weather for a while. Maybe we could find something out, though.
yeah. I mean, haven't we all been under the weather, so to speak? Huh?
He tried. A good try.
Absolutely crushed it.
That was very funny. Ah.
I thought it was funny.
See, our new friend thinks I'm hilarious.
Yeah.
You know, it's getting kind of strange just calling you, or dare I say it, Grumpy. Do you have a name, Sir Duergar? Or a nom de guerre, something else we can call you?
I do have a name, but giving it to people that kind of. Whatever you did to me, I'm not really sure it's something I just want to let out.
You mean the people who spared your life after you tried to kill them? Mm.
Burn.
Hmm.
Wow. Holding a mirror up to you, huh, bud?
Yeah.
Fine. My name's Barmore.
Barmore.
Yes.
As in, I'd like to visit the.
But
How many times I've heard that in the Underdark is more than you could imagine.
Oh, tell us tales of the Underdark.
You want to know? You want to know a tale from the Underdark?
Well, I'm sure Kelevar would like to hear it. He can add it to his repertoire. And me, I just like stories.
Yeah.
Ain't that right, Kelevar?
Honestly, I'd be kind of curious about your burial rites and rituals.
You group are really strange ones.
Thank you.
But he gave me a beer. I feel a little nicer at this point. You didn't kill me or leave me out to freeze. You realize all those people you left out there are going to freeze, right?
We just took their weapons. They still have their clothes.
You left them unconscious, though.
Well, they'll wake up or not.
All right. Well,
I mean, it wasn't like we could wake them up. I mean, not going to happen. As Shantea says, nature will take its course. I'm sure they'll be fine or they won't.
hopefully the Dura will protect him. We have a couple options. You're of nobility. You're taken to what they call the pit. You're placed in the divine embrace of the deep Dura. If not, pretty much burned.
Hmm.
I believe the decision is based on your devotion to the Dura. You don't believe, give homage to her, then you're burned in order to preserve the devotion of the Dura.
Where do you fall in that, left or right, up or down, etc.? You devout? You royal?
Yeah, if I was royal, I wouldn't be here.
Have another beer.
No, thank you.
Mm-hmm. To everybody else at the table. Since coming here, Aery, you having been here your whole life, and the other two of you being travelers, not unlike myself, being under the effects of whatever's going on, have you had, I don't know, any stranger than usual dreams these last couple 10 days?
Ginjack laughs.
That sounds like a hearty yes.
Well, I've had visions, but I'm a sort of I'm a country priest, and I get used to those.
Hmm.
But then, that's par for the course. If you really want to talk about people talking to them in dreams and whatnot, though, I'm pretty sure we all have had that thing. I know Arrow. Actually, I don't know if you've ever spoken of yours, Aerwyna, but I just assumed that you do nature druidy stuff whenever you go into your metamorphosis. Disease.
My what?
Yeah, does that happen often? I thought you just took that one nap that one time.
Oh, let's see. There was the first time when I went up to wake her, let her know the breakfast was ready, and she was glowing. And with moonlight, I think it was, right?
Oh, starlight, but close.
Starlight. There was this will be two, yeah, and this will be the other one. So twice. I'm sure there's another one though somewhere in there. But
Oh, it was the time that I was freaking out because I had put on magical armor. I can't do that anymore though.
oh, okay. So that's three.
Yeah. Okay. Generally
Okay.
there aren't really dreams attached to it. It just kind of happens.
Oh, okay.
The the oath keeping was like a ritual under the ground where I was in a hole. So there was really no dreaming attached to that.
I had a vision when I was in when we were in what was it? I keep forgetting the name.
Stillwell?
Stillwell, when we were at the shrine in Stillwell, and so that's why I'm sort of on a. Oh, it sounds so pretentious when I say it. I'm on a quest.
Okay.
Directed by the goddess Shantae.
Mm-hmm. I guess, and I point just loosely at the three of you. Magic exists. So do deities. It's not the craziest thing in the world, but up until recently, I hadn't really had a dream where I felt, prescient.
Oh, you got a dream.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Nothing groundbreaking necessarily. I've been lost in a lot of shops in my past, but ever since like, I don't know, 1 minute, maybe less than 1 minute before I was here, I've been hearing these voices, but it doesn't happen too often when I'm awake anymore. Last night was the first time in a while. Don't
Huh.
really know what to make of it, or can't really remember too many details besides being trapped in darkness. You said you had other Raven Queen followers. They're not easy to get in contact with anymore, though, huh?
Well, I could contact him.
Hmm.
Well, I was planning on doing it tonight.
Are they in your network? Are they on your family plan, or would that
Oh, no, I
expend
was
some
going to use a
resources?
spell.
Okay.
I can contact Castle instead of Benji, but
Well,
because they're all in the same place. They're all at the Worm Doom clan.
mhm. Wouldn't want to interrupt your current plans, but if we could potentially slate that for another day where you haven't fully expended yourself, I'd be deeply obliged. Now that
I
we're
can,
sitting down, I'm having one of those moments where like everything's really exciting and you're very clear of mind, and then you sit down.
do you just want an advice from a follower of the Raven Queen?
Kinda. It's at least at the moment my one lead on what could be going on, but I could be well off base.
Well, hang on for a bit. I can tell you whether or not that's a good idea if you want.
Please.
Because it is an action. Well, let me check something here. How long does it take to cast? Crap. Message?
6 seconds.
It's a third level spell, right? No. Okay.
You
Augury.
want sending, right? Oh, augury? Is this the
No,
Ask James a question
I'm gonna
spell?
cast an augury. Yeah, message takes 1 round. Sending takes 1 round.
Mhm.
So let's do an augury. First off, we have it's a good idea if we get the Wheel of Fortune. It's a bad idea if you get the Tower. And neither good nor bad if you get Temperance.
Okay.
And I'll do a little prayer while I'm shuffling the cards, and then I'll lay them out. And you pretend like you didn't notice which one's which, and you pick one. So I do a ritual casting of an augury,
Well,
indicating whether or not it's a good idea for me to send a message to Castle, letting her
for
know about Nier.
that 10 minutes, I'm nervously asking, like, what's your favorite color kind of questions of Barmore. And then once you're ready, Chris, are you asking for me to pick one of those, or do you want me to roll like a d6? And if it's 1, 2,
You know,
it's one, it's 3, 4,
this
it's
is the
another.
first time we've done this, so I'm going to defer to James, and he can tell us what to do.
So for
Do
our
have the cards
audience,
ready.
and I need to pull up the spell. Can you read what mechanically augury does?
You send a message of, oh, no, that's sending, sorry, duh. Augury, legacy. By casting gem and late sticks, rolling that, blah, 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 ornate cards. I already spent the money on these. You receive an omen from an otherworldly entity about the results of a specific course of action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes. The DM chooses from the following possible outcomes. Wheel, good results. Woe, bad results. Wheel and woe, for both good and bad results. Nothing, for results that aren't especially good or bad. So those are the 4 options. Oh, I should add a 4th card for nothing. I don't know what the Tower card is for nothing.
All right. What is the question you're trying to ask in the next 30 minutes?
Is it a good idea, or will it be good for me to mention Nier to Castle? Nier's question to Castle. She's a paladin of the Raven God.
Hey, Kelevar.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, what are your impressions on this whole Raven Queen situation?
You would pull the
I mean,
card
if
for the
you
Tempest.
Tempest?
Hmm.
There's the Tempest card. Oh, Temperance.
Temperance.
That's this one, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
So I assume that I very quickly, without canceling the course of action that's been laid out before us, realized that Barmore is very not into trying to make nervous small talk with me. And then I do ask Kelevar, like, so what's your whole take on this whole followers of the Raven Queen sitch? Surely we haven't talked about this before, or maybe we have.
I mean, my family is a bunch of gnome undertakers, so the Raven Queen, Ayun, and Kelvamore are just kind of the big cornerstones of our sort of generic faith.
Yeah.
But if you really want to try to poke at something, if this contacting with them doesn't work, I mean, I can always cast my tiny hut. You can sit in front of my altar for a bit, see what happens. I
Sure.
personally never have been touched by the Raven Queen, nor would I want to.
I'm more
But
of an auditor. I don't take offense to that. Yeah.
but yeah, it all comes down to good luck, don't die.
Oh, yeah. Knew that.
And
for
if you
sure.
do die,
Okay.
let me know how you want to be buried.
Yeah, let me write that up. And then I guess the both of you are offering to expend resources that could well be used for other things. Before we dive too deep into this, is this the course of action we want to take this evening? Are we seeking to bed down before setting out again tomorrow? Are we safe to make these judgments, or?
Personally think we should probably at least go try and speak to the speaker tonight
Mhm.
before we make any decisions, because I think we do need to get to Bryn Shander kind of quickly, but we don't have to hustle too much. What time is it approximately? James?
Midday.
Midday? Yeah, we don't need to go to bed right now, and we are.
That's what I thought. Well,
Uh,
the offers from both of you. I do know there was a need to contact Benji. If that's going to happen, if that helps set our course, I believe that takes precedence over me satisfying some curiosities. But the offer from both of you to once again expend your skills, once I don't have for myself, is greatly appreciated. I'm sure if we end a day and we still have such matters to be utilized that aren't necessarily going to be used to keep us alive, I'll gladly take you up on it.
No,
All
Benji.
of that.
You want Castle.
Oh, but you were going to contact Benji.
and if you contact Benji, you're also contacting Castle. They are wives. They're gonna talk to each other. You could just be like, "And Benji, we need to talk to Castle," and it'll get shared.
So the speaker.
Mhm.
I took us way off path just to say, yep, let's go with plan A. Sorry about that. But yeah, I think you're right. Talking to the speaker. A plus.
Would any of you like another drink?
Oh my god, you're still here.
Yes, I will take one.
2,
I'll take one more.
3, 4.
Sounds good.
Can I have one too?
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. We have to take care of
Five.
our friend.
Fantastic.
more.
Long day of kneeboarding today and tomorrow. So
No, I
keep those
appreciate it.
calories up.
Appreciate your patronage. And he'll go pick up another 5 glasses,
Mhm.
bring them over, slide them on the table. 5 more silver.
I can foot this one.
Okay, thanks for getting this round.
Slap some coins down. In your guys' last visit to town, did you see an outdoor supply store not too dissimilar to the one in Karakonik? Because I don't know, might need to buy an actual sled.
I don't. Well, we've never been here before, and
Ah.
she gives Nier the wink of like, yeah, we've never been here before.
Yeah, I have
but
no
don't re-
idea.
and,
do
and I don't
love-
think even if we had been here before, we weren't here for very long. If we were here before.
Nothing makes me happier than when character statistics are in line with player forgetfulness. It's great.
No, I think it was that Aerwyna and Ginjack and the crew rolled in and then immediately had to roll out like 5 minutes later. It's not a long.
I do believe if the proprietor is still standing there, like I'm looking at them, and then I look at the bartender and I go, here's a gold tip for you.
Appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
Do you need any food while I'm heading back to the kitchen?
Just the road beers and then head over to the speaker. What do y'all think?
Yeah, I think just road beers. We're good with road beers right now.
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
we
Yeah,
have
to go
some.
tankard.
We just tossed some trout into the fryer.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm.
Won't
I'm
take me long
sure.
to finish it up.
I'm so full from these road beers.
All right, understood. Any of you?
But-
Trout for either of the three of you?
Trout, definitely.
Fantastic. I need to get rid of this one. You, sir, would you like some trout?
Oh, hell no.
All right, one trout it is.
Oh, actually, yeah.
We'll just get one tapas trout for the table.
One tapas trout.
Barmore, you want some
Barmore, do you eat
trout?
Yeah,
Oh,
same.
you might be hungry. I look at Barmore. We're going to turn this guy. I'm determined to make a convert of him, one way or the other.
See, he turns his nose up as well.
Same, brother.
Yeah. I grew up eating way too much trout to ever
And
willingly eat it again.
About 5 minutes come by, and what looks like it should be a platter comes out, and it's just a single knucklehead trout dipped in fried batter laying on the platter. And he places
and
it in
chips.
front of Kelevar. For those that have not been watching the show since the beginning, knucklehead trout are about 4 times the size of a normal trout, and have actually have these massive knots on the top of their head that they use to bash into boats and break ice with. But it's fried. Enjoy.
Oh yeah, Kelevar just starts digging right on in.
Is there like a singular garnish potato wedge by any chance?
No.
Just trout.
We don't have potato wedges here.
I see.
Sorry.
That's fine. I have my beer.
And
We're gonna have to Provis drive.
as you dig into the trout, it is the most bland, fishy taste you've ever had.
They didn't even season the batter.
I mean, it's seasoned, but knucklehead trout have a unique taste to them.
Oh, Nier knows.
Well, at least it's not spoiled and just keep eating away at it.
No. You stick around long enough, I'll get rid of all this trout. I mean, thank you very much. I'm hoping you're enjoying it. And he walks off.
So wait, hold on. Would this knucklehead trout be bigger than Kelevar?
No, it'd be about half the size of Kelevar.
Look, you have a to-go box.
If you take Kelevar's shoulders from this side to this side, the trout kind of sits right there. And actually, if you're looking at a camera, you can just see over the top of your nose as it's on the table.
Mmm. Yummy.
I move
So
over to
to
like the
the-
next bench just for the smell.
So to the care.
Yeah, let's go to the cairn. You can bring that with you, Kelevar.
No. Promise, just no. If you'd like to eat, you're welcome to stay and catch up with us.
Wow, that's awfully strict. Okay. Is
This
that like a city ordinance?
uh,
Got it. Don't want to
not to
bring that
mention,
to the camp.
it's very impolite to go somewhere with trout just hanging around.
It could be a offering of trout to the very sick man. It can't make him much worse, can it?
I mean, possible. I'm sure he's not eating just trout anymore.
Mm-hmm. To the speakers. Do-do-do-do-do.
Do-do-do-do. All right. So, as you walk out the care, dragging your Durgar friend behind, you head up a hillside to a sturdy stone castle that looks like it is completely this like squat squat tower that sits on the top of the mountain, the hillside. A thick, battle-hardened wooden door sits in the front. 4 cylindrical guard towers can be seen at the distance, and the heraldry has been sort of tapered off the side of one of the walls. The symbol being a tower in white with a red trout underneath, placed behind a blue background. You head up towards the...
Yeah.
Right. You step onto the large platform that enters into the main area of the keep. You're presented in front of double doors, and it seems that currently nobody is either near the keep or that the doors are completely just the area is unoccupied at the moment.
Interesting.
Seems no one's home. Strange.
I think Aerwyna wants to take a moment and kind of like reach out with her kind of almost more primal senses, and she'll use divine sense just to kind of get a feel for the do a vibe check.
Okay.
Of the area. Just because it feels weird that there's no signs of people.
As you're kind of giving just this once over, you notice that there is a lingering just aura around this area, around this.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a faint red, which would present you as a aura of either infernal or undead.
She'll kind of like look at her companions and go, I think we're going to run into something that might not be inherently friendly.
Oh. Speakers. Krennic's never really been a friendly person, but I wouldn't imagine us being anything hostile.
Fiendish or undead, so just be on your toes, be on your guard.
He draws his mace and kind of holds it in his hand, just places it against the left side or the right side of his leg. All right.
Let's politely enter, I guess.
push slowly that door, the heavy double set of wooden doors, as you can feel you're pushing on what seems to be a mechanism, but you can feel the budge hitting as chains are starting to click in what seems to be a farther area as the doors open, slowly just dragging across the snow.
I imagine we definitely enter in a Scooby-Doo like fashion where everybody's heads are kind of like peeking around the door.
As you peer around the door, you peer into what seems to be a large snow-drifted courtyard. You can see in front of you another set of doors to the inner keep. To the right looks like a place where the kennel and sleds are stored. To the left is a guard tower that is kind of so to the left and the right would both be both of the entrances to the guard towers to lead you to the second floor.
Okay. Do we know, Trophus, do you have an idea of like where he would be staying?
He'd be staying in the center keep, of course.
Okay.
Keeping it warm. They probably just demand the guards because there's nothing going on right now.
I don't imagine that.
Or they've all
They've
left
had
because of
much
the
more of a-
dragon.
Maybe, but also we in Caer Konig know there's been lots of mishaps, and they're almost out as remote as we are. Only we're better.
So if this place is abandoned, would this make a great stage to fight the dragon?
Probably
I wouldn't say
better
it's
than
abandoned. I
East
mean, there's an innkeeper, but
Exactly.
much less people than we have. And now with the massive amounts of refugees, much less people than we have.
Well, let's check this out. And I think Aery is going to lead towards the keep area.
Okay.
Because we are kind of here more on a surgical strike.
Surgical strike. As you walk through the courtyard and through the snow, you get to a smaller set of double doors, and you can see candlelight in the windows.
Mm-hmm.
You can see a warm glow throughout, and if you take a moment to look, you can see what seems to be a large hall, table set. This would be his inner quarters, so if anybody's here, they'd be here.
All right. Well, we don't see anybody, but let's mind our manners, and she'll try and knock on a door.
Okay. You take a moment to knock on the door, and no words happen, but you hear and the door starts to open. And the gentleman standing behind the door is a older, red-faced, small set of horns peeking out of the top of his head, about halfway, about an inch off the top of his head. This white band of hair that comes around the back in a ornate, like wool inlaid overcoat, turquoise overcoat, and a very nice white tunic and pants, and these very pointed black boots. He says, "Hello, how can I help you at the keep here?
We're
What brings you here?"
we're an envoy from Caer Konig on our way to Bryn Shander, and we were wondering if your speaker would like to join ours or an envoy of your speaker.
We're just getting ready to sit down for dinner. You're happy to join us, and we'll get the speaker to talk to you during that time.
Nice. it'd be rude of us to refuse such a nice offer.
Especially
And-
if it's not trout.
Yeah, is it only trout for dinner?
No, we've brought in quite a few different things. Speaker currently does not eat trout because of the fact that he's been sick. So he imports most of his food.
Okay.
What's on the menu
Sounds-
tonight, by
Yeah.
chance?
We have a glazed axe beak. We have some grilled rabbit. There's few tubers and root vegetables that we've gathered over the time. They're placed in a very comfortable vinegar-based dressing. We've also get some fruits and vegetables from the gardens that we've gathered from as well, from the underbody.
That's quite the venerable menu. Would we be imposing if we didn't bring anything in with us? I do believe that on the sled we had either wine or some vegetables, which I know are few and far in between.
More the barrier. Be
Okay.
happy to share our goods with you and you with ours.
Sure.
Fantastic.
We just got to go grab that real quick. All of us together, or one or two of us?
What? Going to grab stuff off the sled?
Yeah, just make sure we're contributing as much as we're receiving. It's only good manners.
Sure, not a problem. I'll help you.
Perfect. James, once it seems like we're a reasonable distance away, you can be like, so Ginjack, do you think there's a vampire in there?
Oh, vampire. He had me at the glazed axe beak.
I realize I totally
I
wasted
sure
an
hope not.
opportunity
I've never.
to, as you know, the
Vampire's like
classic
high order
insight check. I missed that, but yeah, I don't know when we were warned just a few minutes before entering that there might be a fiendish or an undead presence, and then I started putting two and two together about the leader, and we're walking over to the sled, just grabbing whatever we can. I don't
Well,
know
all
if we have
right.
wine,
We can
but
do the standard folk stuff that I know from country tales of him. Does he cast a shadow? Does he have, anything not casting a shadow? Anything that doesn't reflect?
and all
if
of that
worse
is
comes to
legit. Huh?
worse,
Okay.
I wish I had a bag of grain with me or rice, because if you throw it up, they have to count each one. But I'm not sure if that actually works or if that's a way of getting yourself killed by a vampire once they stop laughing at you. But otherwise, I'm carrying holy water on me, so I can tell you really swiftly if anyone in there is undead.
I mean, do we have anything in our stores that could pass as wine, even if it's like bad table wine?
Ah,
we could
bugger
just,
that. Just sprinkle them.
well, if we wanted to be polite about it, so just in case I'm completely wrong in my assumption, we'd pour a little bit of
No, you
holy
don't have
water
to
into
be
the
polite.
wine. Yeah.
I just have to say, the blessings of Shantae upon you.
I mean,
That's polite.
I can also try and divine sense once we're inside.
Oh my God, where'd you come from?
I've been here the whole time.
You've been here the whole time. Yeah, it didn't seem couth in front of the envoy, if you will, to bring up how I maybe was suspicious of the master of the house, but yeah, I'm glad I at least had a chance to air these suspicions. Sorry for drawing us
And
away.
Jack shakes his head and I just say, I don't know. I'm glad you're bringing this up, but it just seems odd. I mean, where I come from, once you invite someone into your home, then it's like a law of hospitality. But never mind. You're right to be a bit suspicious.
The completely empty courtyard and the news that he was feeling ill of late has me ill at ease, to say the least. And I'll be glad to be proven wrong. And I grabbed probably some hardtack and some travel bread. I can't imagine we had the best provisions to bring to a fancy dinner, but whatever seems most appropriate off the sled as we head back.
For some reason, Ginjack has misgivings about, or I have misgivings, and I don't know why. It's in the back of my head. If Aerwyna uses her undead detection ability, for some reason that makes me uncomfortable. But whatever.
I guess we'll cross that bridge etc., etc.
I mean, it's just something I can do 4 times per day.
It's kind of like you accidentally sneeze and it happens, sort of a thing.
I'm
Hey.
still getting a hang for it. And I mean, if the speaker is actually genuinely sick, I might be able to help him with it too.
I see nothing but positives. McGrew's back. Okay, we I might have overestimated what we had to bring to the table, but I feel better knowing we have something to contribute. Thank you all for waiting.
As you step in, you see a very nicely well set table, about 12 plates set up. The 4 of you, the grumpy Dwargar, kind of with no real question, just kind of finds a seat, sits down, still with both arms tied, just. The gentleman comes back a moment later. Says, if you will, the speaker has asked us to start food, and he will join us in a moment. But we will have the first course will start here in about 5 minutes. So feel free to relax, pour a drink. And he claps his hands twice, and 2 other attendants show up. Both dressed in very similar garb, only that they don't have the heavy cloak on, and they start to present both a fine selection of appetizers and drinks as you all sit down. And a third one starts to appear, or comes out of the back room, and also with a small violin, and starts to give off a bit of ambiance for the evening.
As the 4 of them are in, Aerwyna would like to use her divine sense again.
Okay.
Yeah, as we have a bunch of friends in the room.
All right. As you use your divine sense, you don't seem to get any sort of strange sense in this area, but there is something about here that just feels odd.
Okay.
And as you all sit down, the attendant also sits down not at the head of the table, but right at the edge of the table. And he says, well, I hope you all enjoy the first meal. This is one of the few delicacies we have here at Caer-Dineval, and we're happy that you all partake. The speaker said he will join us in just a few moments.
Raise a glass. And you, in their place, have been a fine host thus far. May I ask, what is your name?
Oh, I am Kradoth.
Kradoth?
Yes.
Kradoth. I'm Nier. Pleasure. Not near pleasure.
Not only the
although the food smells great
here, but the advisor to the speaker while he's been ill. So most small requirements and things to handle the day-to-day I take care of, and anything else we make sure he's probably informed of before he makes any decisions.
Does this individual seem sincere as they lay out what it is they do on behalf of the speaker?
Give me an insight check.
That is a very bold 5.
He seems to be. He's hard to read, though. He seems he's very politically sound. You can tell, which means if he is lying or if he's not, it's very hard to tell because of the fact that this is what he does for a living.
Well, thank you.
I think Aerwyna is going to kind of go through the motions of eating, but not actually like partake of anything.
Okay.
I'm similarly cutting things up and pushing it around.
As he grabs a hors d'oeuvre of some sort, cuts it into and places it into his mouth, He just takes a moment to just glance around the table at all of you. Just a single glance.
Well, be bad manners not to. And I suppose with the attention on me, I find whatever looks the most unobtrusive, something plant-based perhaps, just because that's easier to identify as most likely not being tampered with, and stick it in my mouth.
I'll cut a piece of the braised, what has been, he tells us, is braised
Axbeak.
longstrider?
Axbeak.
Axbeak? And I'll taste it. Does this taste like Axbeak?
It does.
I keep eating it.
And as you take this first moment, as the double doors open behind the great hall, and an individual is sitting there. That's where we'll pick up next adventure.
Yeah.
Damn! Welcome to my castle.
Yes,
Welcome
hello.
to my castle.
Welcome to Cardinaval.
It's just.
Are you
wow.
enjoying your meal?
Are we at Borat's castle?
Would you like to do
It's
a
good
cocaine
castle.
or play the violin?
It's a nice castle.
It's a
very
nice
good.
castle. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed yourselves this evening. This has been a fun little adventure as we start to dial into the next chapter of Icewind Dale. We're going to real quick go around the circle, let everybody tell us who they are and where you can find them. That way we get our friends all of the opportunities they can. And I know we'll end with a wonderful artwork from, or artwork sketch from our amazing artist, Chris. Please stick around, though, throughout the ending here as we rate out some friends, because we want to make sure that we pass on this wonderful opportunity as people have rated us tonight. So we'll start at the top. Alix.
Hi, I'm Alix. I am now also in an Eberron game, which is on the same weeks as our wonderful Icewind Dale game. So that'll be Sundays on To Be Diced, where I play Sheila Dunewalker, who is a World Tree Barbarian and the goodest girl because she is a coyote gnoll. Come join us. We're having a lot of fun. Sheila had to learn what the color purple was last session, so we're cooking over there. And then I'll have my threads and my TikTok, and that's about it right now.
Awesome. Anything going on over there, Humphrey?
Well, hello, I am Humphrey Wendell Wickham. You can find me anywhere and everywhere. Don't feel bad if you can't spell my name. I forget how it's spelled half the time myself. At the moment, not doing a whole lot of content creation just due to some personal issues, but if you want to meet me in person, I will be attending the Denver FanX convention on Saturday, July 5th. I'll be dressed up as Senshi, working on that cosplay right now. And then also you can catch me the following weekend, July 13th and 14th, if my math is correct, at the Colorado Renaissance Festival, dressed up as my elderly satyr, Barmanos. Other than that, not much else really happening. Just getting ready to be outside.
Excellent. Sam, anything going on in your world?
I'm preparing to finally get back to a home game, which isn't exciting for a lot of viewers, but it has me very excited. We haven't met since November, so yay for that. We get to finally get back to Tomb of Annihilation, a game we've been in the midst of for about 2 years now. In addition to that, as always, like I say on these streams, working on some cool stuff with James when I have spare time. We can't wait to share it all with you. But you can find me at Dungeon Samster on most socials, and I might have other stuff coming up that I don't know for sure yet.
Awesome. Chris, what do we got for tonight? What was the item of the caught your attention?
Yeah.
Of course, that's what happened.
That's
the
Bar
door.
Warner on getting sledded.
Fantastic.
And, this is a rough of the chibi dinner with Kelevar and his trout, and the rest of us daring him to eat it. Down on the bottom.
Phenomenal.
It's like a steakhouse. You get the 20-ounce trout and you eat it all in one sitting.
Mhm. And as always, I do not exist on the internet. You cannot find me, so don't look.
Don't
Uh,
look. How you find him is you continue to tell us that you want to see his artwork, and we
Yeah.
open up a Patreon. That's how you'll find him.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm Tabletop Misfits. You can find me here on Mondays, every other Monday. You can find me on Wednesdays, and you can find me on Thursdays, and probably more to come. I pick on too many projects, but it's okay. If you want to see me in person, the next convention I'll be at is at Gen Con, and I'll be there in August. I'll be running 3 different games. I'll be running a VIP game in one of the suites in the the stadium. I'll be running a adventure game, and then I'll also be running a LARP. So I'm super excited about that. And then we have a panel on top of it. So lots going on over there. Look it up. Be happy to have you come over and be part of my tables. And I think this week's Crit Chronicles is our guest for Tavern Talks. And for those that are looking for our wonderful sponsors that just popped up, Monument Studios does all our music. If you can't hear it in the background, please make sure you let us know, because we want to make sure that we're giving out that music, because it does change the ambiance of the show completely. Canadian Dice is our dice sponsor for the year, as well as we have our apparel sponsor, which hopefully will have Dressed Quest gear here soon over at dungeongrandmaster.com. Other than that, thank you all for coming. This has been an awesome episode, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Let's stick around as we raid some friends, and we'll see you guys all next adventure on Dressed Quest. Stay warm.